This video is brought to you by Squarespace. So I posted my iPad Air 4 review just a little over 2 months ago, and of course I've been learning more about it and using it since then. And in this video I want to share 5 additional takeaways that will help you determine if this device is right for you. Takeaway number 1, the presence of 60 Hz or the lack of promotion in this device is not that big of a deal. I say this because most consumers don't even know what a Hertz is, let alone the difference between 60 and 120. So if you don't know what I'm talking about as I speak, or if you fall into this crowd, then the Air 4's display is gonna be more than enough for you. I'm someone who's weird, I like tech, I'll spend my money on the latest and greatest. So if you're someone like me, then you already know what you want. You're not watching this video, you own an iPad Pro. But if you've been considering the iPad Pro, and let's just say you've heard that the Pro's display is so much better, it is, but for most consumers, it doesn't have a lot of added benefits. So the Air 4's display here is once again more than good enough for your usage case. Takeaway number 2, this device is fantastic for high school and college type work. I know 2 people offhand personally that love this device for exactly that. They take notes with it, they manipulate PDFs, they go on Blackboard, Canvas, surf the web, you name it, YouTube. This device is great for that. First and foremost, because it's sort of the Goldilocks form factor. It's not like a TV like the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is, and it's not like a little tiny notebook like the iPad mini is. This is a great size, you can fit it in a tote bag, a messenger bag. It's portable, it's big enough to get some work done, and it's also powerful enough to get work done as well. More than powerful enough. I mean, this is more powerful than a lot of, lower end Intel or AMD laptops. The A14 is a very capable chip, especially when you benchmarking and stuff. But for most people, I mean, this is going to be more than good enough to do basic stuff, like I said, like word processing and web surfing and media consumption. So definitely consider this device. And there are, of course, a ton of great accessories like the first party Apple Pencil 2nd Gen, which is super convenient as it attaches right to the side of your iPad magnetically and charges. And there's also great cases like the Logitech Folio Touch for iPad Air 4, which I'm actually going to be covering soon. I have a video on that specifically. And of course, it's more affordable, $200 cheaper than the baseline iPad Pro 11-inch. This goes for $599 for 64 gigs, which I think is just enough for college type work. So you have some money left over to buy some accessories or to pay for your food, your tuition, etc. And next up, before we discuss my third takeaway, I want to briefly touch on today's video sponsor, Squarespace. And running a small business, as some of you may know, is hard enough as it is, and offering online shopping is essential if you want to stay afloat in today's day and age. And with Squarespace, e-commerce has never been made easier and more accessible, and also super clean. And to give you an actual real-world example or somewhat of a success story here, my friend Lizzie sells these amazing handcrafted cookies she recently did over the holiday, and she uses Squarespace to sell her inventory, and she's able to display her work beautifully and also sell her inventory once again with Squarespace's tools available. And fun fact, she actually sold out of everything. So if you're in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, you missed out, but she's gonna be selling more soon, so definitely check her out. And yeah, regardless, I'm super happy to promote a fellow small entrepreneur and demonstrate how you can use Squarespace to bring your own small business to the next level. Visit squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Noah Herman to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Links to Squarespace and Lizzie's site are in the video description. Takeaway number 3, if you're gonna game with an iPad, I think the Air 4 is the way to go, simply because you can get a higher storage capacity for cheaper, and also the A14 is more than good enough to push most games at 60 FPS, and keep in mind, most games are locked at 60 FPS, there's only a handful that go over that, so you won't really get anything out of the 120 Hz display with the iPad Pro with regard to gaming. And also remember, the Air 4 has a display locked at 60 Hz, so I kind of rest my case here. But yeah, overall, the gaming experience with this tablet is really great with a wireless controller like this Xbox One I have here. I've really enjoyed myself while playing stuff like COD Mobile, and also something more calm and chill like Minecraft. Takeaway number 4, the camera on here is more than good enough. It's in fact overkill. And I say that because my daily driver tablet is an iPad Pro, and rarely do I take pictures with that. And when I do, I don't necessarily need an ultra wide lens. If I'm taking an ultra wide picture, it's probably gonna be with my iPhone 12 Pro or my 12 mini. So yeah, I mean, not having a dual lens and sensor setup is not the end of the world. The 4K capable 12 megapixel sensor here, without a flash for that matter, is more than good enough for FaceTime calls and just general usage. You're gonna barely use it anyway, in my opinion, unless you're shooting a lot of video with your tablet. And if that's the case, honestly, I would invest more in like a phone or an actual camera. So yeah, once again, the cameras in this device, specifically the back-facing setup, is more than good enough for most people, even prosumers like myself. And finally, takeaway number 5, this device is gonna be a great value for many months and possibly years to come. I say that because Apple took years to refresh the iPad Air 3, and they only did so because I think like there was still a market for that tablet. But with the popularity of iPad Pro, Apple felt the need to bring some of the Pro features down to a more consumer grade tablet, which is the iPad Air. So I feel like Apple's not gonna touch this for a year or two more because it's already great. It has the iPad Pro design. It has a not nearly, but like less bezeled display. It has Touch ID in the power button and a 14 processor. I mean, if Apple is chilling with the A12 in the iPad 8th gen and calling that a great chip, I don't think they're gonna put an A15 in here next year or anytime soon. So yeah, the iPad Air 4 should be a great purchase for most people for many months to come. Don't have any anxiety about buying this tablet, even though it's been out for 2 months here, because like with iPad Pro, for example, I don't recommend buying a brand new one because there are bigger and better things to come. Like for example, a better mini LED display or an A14X processor, that's worth waiting for. But it seems like Apple gave the iPad Air line some love, and that's all it's gonna get for right now. Don't quote me on that, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. They could come out with an Air 5, but I think that's less likely because this tablet is already so great. And that about wraps things up here. I hope this video was helpful if you're considering buying this tablet in the remainder of 2020 or throughout 2021. It's a fantastic value, and I'll leave a link in the video description to places you can buy this, and also, once again, to Squarespace and my friend Lizzie's amazing Squarespace site. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and of course, subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.